Hey guys, I'm back again. Yes, welcome to YEM'S World. It's your girl Yem come to you live from the spot. So I said I had another baby, and this series is going to kick us off on my pregnancy chronicles because yes, or pregnancy chronicles just in general, but just some of the stuff that I experienced in this latest pregnancy. Girl Yem coming to you live from the spot. Welcome to YEM'S World. Yes. So one of the things that really surprised me right away about this pregnancy was that as soon as I got pregnant, like a week later, I was showing. And I know I'd heard it before that sometimes when, after your first pregnancy, you start to show a lot sooner. Well, yeah, after a week, my stomach was like, whoop. And I was not expecting that. So, because I'm not the type of person that announces those kinds of things to the general public. So but suddenly, to me, and maybe it wasn't as visible to other people, but to me, it felt like it was like, everybody could see. So I had to start like covering, because I just, that's not something that I like to announce to everybody. So that was interesting. Another thing that happened was that I was so tired. And of course, I'm sure you've heard that, right? You grow in another human being in your body. It's tiring. It's exhausting. But I was really tired. I was really, really, really tired. And so just staying on top of drinking water and, eating well was really important. And the next thing also was that I definitely experienced the first trimester nausea and I guess morning sickness. Like it was weird. Like it just was, I didn't want to smell anything. It was weird. I didn't want to smell anything. Like it just made me like sick to my stomach. And then I also felt really full. Like I would wake up feeling full even though I hadn't eaten anything. But obviously there was something taking up space. Another human being started taking up space in my belly. And so I started to feel very full. But like this was in the first trimester. So I'm like, oh man, I got a whole 2 more trimesters to go. So that was interesting as well. And then, first try, you go to your first doctor's appointment if you do that. So we scheduled our first doctor's appointment. But this time, after my previous experiences, I was very intentional about the kind of language that, I allowed, for the medical staff to say around me and around my baby. Like, my husband is like very, very intentional about that. He don't play that. And, so if they said things or if they, cause there's a lot of fear and a lot of stuff, that sometimes can get instilled in you, and they're trying to cover their butts and all that. And I appreciate them for that. But, you have to be, I would say this is a, suggestion or advice to those who, whether it's your first pregnancy or whatever number it is, be very intentional about the kind of language that you allow around you, your baby, your family, because those things that timing is so critical, it's so sensitive, and so you don't want to just have any kind of language or any kind of things being thrown out there. Just even though they're, professionals or whatever, but no, you dictate how your pregnancy goes. And you dictate the kind of language and the kind of environment that you want your pregnancy to have. So that would be my suggestion. Another thing that was really interesting to me was that, so my husband and I, we wanted, a third child. So we started, trying for a third. And then we got pregnant, and then I was like, wait a second. is this the right time? But it was too late because I was pregnant. And so one of the things I would say is, one of the things I wish I did not do this. I wish I would have committed that part of this pregnancy into God's hands, because I just had some uncertainty about the timing, and I don't know why or where that came from, but I just had this like sort of unease about the time. Like, did I time it right? Like, and I know we're not necessarily in control of timing, right? Times and seasons, but I just felt that I'm like, maybe I should have timed it in a different way or something. And so that's one thing I would suggest, that as you, of course, you're going to be praying throughout the pregnancy, but even before you get pregnant, like, commit every part of the pregnancy into God's hands, including like the timing of getting pregnant. And like, just because I don't know, I just felt this sort of dis-ease about, should I have waited 3 months, or should I have done this earlier? Like, it just was interesting. It was just weird. So, but commit every part of the pregnancy into God's hands, including timing and everything else. And I really wish that I would have done that, because I think that would have given me some peace and some calm, in that first trimester. But eventually I got over it, and I'm like, all right, well, this baby's coming, so it's coming around summertime, and we'll be excited for whenever the baby shows up. And so I'm glad she's here, another baby girl, and we're blessed. And so yeah, I'll come to you in the next video to tell you a little bit more about second trimester. All right, guys, see ya.